beach today and sunny. Well, most of the town is sunny, but not here at the beach. For I came down to the beach and I went on a little stroll. It's so windy. Often we just have fog, but the rest of the city is beautiful and sunny. And you can get a tan if you want to. I have something to report. Goldie was just darn upset about her little tryst in that pond with her, overnighter. She became obsessed with the whereabouts of, Big Daddy. She went on social media looking to find him.
Facebook stalking on Facebook.
She asked me to take her back to the pond. So we went and we looked, and we saw those ducks, and then Turtle came.
I like turtles.
They all knew. They'd all seen them, but nobody was giving us a good report. Therefore, I went fishing with Goldie. And wouldn't you know, by hook or by crook, we got him. Today's recipe is Big Daddy Almondine. The ingredients for this dish are 1 Big Daddy fish, almond flour, cornmeal, salt and pepper, butter, lemon, green onions, cooking oil, cooking spray, which I have issues with, and we all know that. I will not repeat myself because I'm tired of it by now. And foil. I've chosen a non-stick variety for I'm using the top-down method today, and although it doesn't really work that well, it's just about all you got when you're on location cooking with your iron. The chain of events was I went to this really great restaurant located not far from my house. It's a dog beach. There's plenty of dogs, and they seem to be everywhere. I smile. I'm always trying to win friends and influence people, and apparently I got them influenced because they give me the free electricity and they allow me to set up my iron right in front of a pretty restaurant with all those people looking at me. I think I'm a sideshow. And we ran the electrical cord down the rocks and we plugged it in, and voila, we got action on the iron, Jackson. I think the fish was a bit polluted. You know what I mean. I don't think he had good hygiene habits. Therefore, we need to wash and cleanse him and shake off the excess water. All right, that's good. Set your iron to the linen setting. You need foil.
What?
Lay down the foil on the ironing board. Put the dead fish on it to rest. He needs to be prepared. Open him up and look inside. There might be some things you do not want to eat. I'd advise you take them out at this time. We need to season him, so I'm sprinkling him with salt and a little pepper. Cut a piece of butter. And in his cavity, put butter in it. Little dollops. You can just use your hands on this. I don't see any reason to have to cut the butter. It's like Play-Doh. It just comes right off. I'm making little bits of it. I don't know, that's probably 1 tablespoon of butter. With your iron, melt the butter so it's kind of melted inside instead of just big dollops of like dough chunks, like, Play-Doh dough chunks or butter chunks. It's good to melt it, which is what we're doing. I cannot blame Goldie for stalking him. I understand when you're in love with somebody and they just don't call back.
I love you,
She wanted to see perhaps he'd been with another girl. He could have taken up. I think they had a really good time and she could not understand why he wasn't calling back or contacting her in some fish way. He was probably just very nice to her and said, "Oh, thank you, I'll call you soon." Yeah, he never called. And now let's munch those chunks around, like that. There. The butter is now evenly distributed. You need to spray your foil with the cooking spray. It's a windy day, the wind is in my favor. It's pushing it away from me and onto the foil. Place your fish onto that very wet cooking spray that's now covered your foil. Put the butter back if it falls out. It's supposed to be inside. Add more salt and oil. Spread it around and slap him because he was a very bad fish. He knows. So as not to get in trouble for stealing this fish out of a Santa Barbara pond, I made him unidentifiable by chopping his head off. Goldie was with me and I think she enjoyed that process. Sprinkle cornmeal in the direction of the wind. Spread it around. This is trout almondine, and in order not to get those almond slivers stuck in your teeth, I am just putting almond flour on top. That's going to give it the same lovely flavor of almonds. because all almond flour is ground up almonds. Period, that's it, there's nothing more to it. You could have a blender and just grind it up by yourself. We want to add more oil at this time of the recipe. Pat it down. If you got any on the side, you can just place that back on, that's okay. It might stick to your fingers, but on location, we just make do. It's really fun cooking outside. Please comment and tell me if you've tried any of these iron cook methods at your own locales. You need to cover your fish with foil. Once again, you need to spray. I need to see where the wind is coming from. It is coming from behind me. I should have known because my hair is in my face. I am now spraying the foil with my cooking spray. It seems to be working. Place it on top of your fish and stick your iron on it. Check to see if it's hot. Ow, it's hot. You need to center the fish so it's in the middle of the foil. That fish is trying to get away. There. And then center your iron on it, and I have to explain something. We have a fish that has a little bow to it like they do. We need to center the iron in the middle of the fish because, you know, Big Daddy is awfully big. I'm gonna have to babysit this part of the recipe. I don't think he really meant her any harm. You know, Goldie, it's just one of those things that happen. I think he probably enjoyed his time with you. But somehow, for some reason, we just don't know why, it's not a fit. This big catch, you know, just wasn't the right one. But girlfriend, you gave it a shot, and that's what counts. And if I wasn't so hungry, I wouldn't have been with her on the stocking to get him, to catch him, you know, and cut his head off and eat him. I kind of went ices on him, I think. Ugh. But that's just kind of what I do. And she seemed to enjoy it, so I wasn't going to take that pleasure away from her. So today I did some reflection. I mean, I have all these mixed emotions about this. I'm here to support my girlfriend who has an issue when she doesn't get called back or texted back or, you know, Facebook messaged even. That's pretty private, you know? Never happened. It's hot. Sometimes you just need to check your iron. On my walk, I reflected on the beautiful scenery around me. It was very misty. My thoughts were clouded. It fit with the scene. Walking up and down the beach is very good when you need to clear your head. I was in the water for some time. I had to pull my pants up because, you know, didn't want to get them wet and all that. The water was very cold. I couldn't stay in the water long. The waves were crashing around. I could barely think of my own thoughts in my own head because the waves are so damn loud. I saw a lot of puppy dogs. They always make me happy. They always cheer me up. They are so cute. There was one romping right before me. That was fun. Many times, if you're in like a confused state of mind, walks are very therapeutic. Just like talking to girlfriends are very therapeutic. Good friends help you figure out a lot of things in life, like why you're still single and you do everything you can to not be. Just saying. It's been 5 minutes, let's check. Oh yeah. If the foil has stick factor, you need to try to keep that beautiful skin and brownness on with your fish. Yum. And now we need to do the flip, so we gotta spray another piece of foil, a big one. Place your foil on your fish and flip it. On this side of the fish, you need to do the same thing. Salt, oil, rub, cornmeal, almond flour, rub again, oil again, oil again, spray, down, iron on. And 5 minutes and it'll be perfect. I think. You may find that your fish is leaking badly, in which case, if you're in an outdoor location, you can just pick the whole darn thing up and let that grease just drain to the ground. That's just a practical way of taking care of this part of the recipe, as far as I'm concerned. If it gets on your ironing board, just rinse it off. It cleans up easily. Hello, wipe. There you go. That's a helpful hint from, you know, maybe Heloise. That would be me today. Goldie and I discussed things today. I went for a walk. On my walk, I saw a rock covered with seaweed. I thought I'd add that to the recipe, you know. It's always good to have a little vegetables with your serving of whatever. I found a pretty shell. I looked at it. I made a wish and I tossed it in the sea. Please share my favorite recipes and tell me which ones they are because I've made about 20 by now. Let me know what you want me to make on my next iron cook. I like to have fun when I'm cooking. I hope you do too. In the media, I see a lot of stalkers now and they're all getting arrested. Well, another reason why this is a headless fish. We cannot be associated with any crimes. And he ain't talking anymore. Goldie's address is unlisted. There ain't gonna be anybody knocking on her fishbowl looking for her with papers. You know what I'm saying? She will not be served an arrest warrant. She's gonna be served Big Daddy. Cut off the roots of your green onions and compost them. And then on a nice diagonal, cut your green onions. And the white can be hot. I mince it. And cut your lemon into wedges. And flick off the seeds. Otherwise they get stuck in your teeth, and if you bite them, they taste terrible. They're very bitter inside. It's done. Oh yeah. Awesome. Looky here, Goldie. There's Big Daddy, ready for eating. Let's try it. Well, that Big Daddy had a boner. A few of them. But he tasted good. Didn't he, Goldie? Signing off it's Rebecca Brand, your iron cook. Subscribe to my channel. Let's keep making great things with the iron, like Trout Almondine, the Big Daddy. Wave bye-bye. Wave bye-bye, Goldie. She's flying you kisses and me too. Hope to see you soon.